Alright, here's our figure as we have it carved. And I just cut out the arms. Okay? Now, what I did so that I could get the arms the exact same as I want them to is I took both pieces and I cut them out. They're going to be 3/4 a piece, 3/4 inches a piece, and I cut them out like this, out of 1 inch, a 1.5 inch piece, and then I just cut down the middle. That way, you know your arms are pretty much the same when you get them cut out. So use a 1.5 inch piece, and you cut it down the middle, and you cut your arm out that way. Okay. Now, how this is going to fit is, let's see where this way. It's going to fit like this. The arms are going to fit on the character like that, where he's holding up the canoe. Okay? Do you see how we're doing? Of course, we have to carve all that down. But in order to position them the way we want to, what I thought we would do is to not glue them yet, okay, until we got our canoe done. And we're going to get them carved out a little bit, but what I thought we would do is take a dowel. Now, this is actually a coat hanger dowel is what it is. And we're going to kind of find the center point on our arm, and we're going to drill a hole. I've got a little. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of find the center point. Now, make sure this is where the hand is. This is where the arm goes. Now, make sure that if you're going to drill your hole, this one's going to be your left arm. So, we'll drill the hole on this side. I'm going to try to find the center point right here. Drill a little hole, okay? Now, you're going to see the top of my head a lot. I'm going to take this coat hanger down, I'm going to stick it in there, okay? And I'm just going to cut it off, be about that long. Cut it off. Just like that, in other words. Okay? Okay? Now, you pretty much guess what I'm fixing to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end up drilling a kind of the center point here, drilling, and it's going to go in there like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of, take a little super glue. I'm going to put in there. Well, I'm going to let that set for a minute. You watch some of this stuff off just a little bit. Came out of the tube a little bit too quick. That's alright. We're going to be carving on that anyway. Stuck that in there. Just like that. And I'm going to set it aside. Now take your other arm. Make sure this is the part that goes against this side. So you want to drill your hole over here. Find the center point. It's not real hard. Sort of like that. And just drill a little hole. Like that. We're going to take the dowel. We're going to stick it in there. Here, a little bit more. Take the dowel, stick it in there. About that much ought to do. And cut it. Okay? And we're going to take a little super glue. We're going to put it in there. and set it aside. Now this should be dry by now. That's super glue. It dries pretty quick. If you don't drop it and break it. Oh boy. Okay. Now, let's take our fella here, and let's just kind of find let's do this. Just kind of find the center point right in here, somewhere around in there, that we can drill this. And then we're going to carve that down anyway. We're going to find kind of a little point here. And we're going to drill a little hole in him. And we're going to stick that arm in there. I didn't drill far enough because the arm's got to come. Now I can always cut that dowel off, in other words, a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to do that. Cut this off just a little bit more where it won't be no problem. There. Now, that fits in there like that. See on the arm where we can move it before we glue it. We can move it anywhere we want to, in other words. Kind of fits in there like this. Now make sure that your super glue don't get in there and glue it yet. Because we're going to want to move the arm after we carve it. And basically until we get the canoe done. And the same thing here. We're going to kind of find a point over here. There we go.